Hello back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more Stalker Gamma. And we're going to try a different approach. Now, I'm getting out of here. Really, Juggernaut? After all of that? Yes. After all of that, I'm still getting out of here. One, ample loot to run away with. So, there's that. Two, one life left. And I'm supposed to storm an area that I've never even seen before. Well, I have, but like, I have very little experience with it. And it's a huge complex. I can't do it. And it's not because I lack the skill to do it. Well, part of it probably is that as well. The main reason is I'm out of equipment. I no longer have painkillers. I'm running low on medication. And I've used up all my ammo. And so it's gonna be hell to get to, you know, where we need to go eventually. Which is inside the lab. But a much bigger problem than that is the fact that once I get inside the lab, it's not going to get any easier. And I don't have medication for that either. And so, I can try again. I can kill maybe a couple of more monolith soldiers here. But I need to go inside the lab. And I don't have enough radiation resistance, and I don't have probably enough psi resistance either to do that. And so what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this door, which I'll explain really quickly. It's actually a pipeline that leads over here and then leads you to army warehouses, and you can fast travel anywhere you want, basically. So I'm going to use this to go back to Dead City. I mean, the road from here to there should be relatively clear, barring the two chimeras, but which is why I'm using this to avoid them. And the good news is I've made progress in the sense that I can always come back here via the secret route, right? That was the whole idea behind this rest area here, that you can make your own base here and you know, yada yada yada. Like a hideout. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the hideout, and I'm going back to Dead City. Or rather, I've already made the hideout. I'm now just going to go back to Dead City, and after that, probably I can try the Clear Sky thing again. I can go to the Dark Valley and do some things. Just get equipment, get money, and waste some time so I have enough lives to try this again. Because it's significant progress, believe it or not. Making it from here to here is significant progress. The final stretch is about 50% of what I need to do, but it's a big 50%, and I can't do it, unfortunately. Not right now. If you take a look, I'm out of painkillers. As far as army medkits are concerned, I have exactly one left, I think. Two left. There you go. I don't like this for, like, a regular area somewhere in the zone, let alone all of this. So, yeah. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick all of this up, because I have acquired a number of things, which I like. A whole bunch of parts and stuff, and it's a lot of weight. And someone needs to lug this all the way back to Dead City, where I'm going to get healing, rest, sleep, and try this again with better equipment, especially in terms of radiation resistance, because that's also a big problem. I noticed that, like, killing a few of them here isn't the problem. I noticed that as soon as I go in, the rads skyrocket. Last time when you know, on the previous life that I died in. So, yeah. I'll see you in Dead City, or maybe not in Dead City, maybe somewhere else, depending on where I decide to go and where I decide to, you know, continue this run from, because I will die if I go up here. I don't see myself surviving this area. There's no other option. I realize it's unpopular, and I get the feeling that I'm just going to check one more time, just in case there's someone outside. I get that this is probably really unpopular, and that it's going to lose me people's support and views and stuff, but I'm out of AP ammo. I have 4 AP shots left. Oh, that's enough for 4 exoskeleton dudes. What are you talking about? Yes. No. It just won't do. The thermals were an awesome idea, and they got me to this point. But if it weren't for the chimeras, I would try a couple of more times, because I have the lives to do so. As things stand, no. Not willing to risk it. I'll see you somewhere. Well, I'll see if it's Dead City, or maybe we're going towards Garbage, or maybe we're going to the Clear Sky base. I don't know. But I will see you in a few short moments. And like I pretty much said, I had to go back to Dead City, and now we're entering Yantar. A couple of stashes to pick up, also a drop from Clear Sky, and from there we'll see. I think I need to go down to Army Warehouses. For practice, I might even siege the... That guy was a bigger threat than the mutant. Like I said, for practice, I might even siege the army base, because that would be interesting as all hell, right? To have that as a fight. I think as a general rule of thumb, whenever you walk out this gate, there's at least one mutant to attack you. But I feel so much more comfortable over here, and yeah, I feel like I'm in my own terrain, especially with the Blood Scorcher. It's not the Brain Scorcher, is it? It's the Miracle Machine. With the Miracle Machine turned off... Oh, it's one of the two anyway, who cares? Yeah, like, I know the terrain, I know what's going on. I have the correct equipment to deal with it. And speaking of, I fixed the Saiga. I really like the Saiga as a shotgun, and I think against most mutants it'll do the job. Maybe not against... Give me a second. Maybe not against chimeras, which was my main concern. Like, that's the one thing that has been the death of me thus far, like, completely unexpectedly. And I mean, sure, I got shot at a couple of times and died. I'm not neglecting the fact, but bullets I can deal with. I can take cover from them. I can play more carefully. I can be more tactical. I can use grenades. There are other tools at my... you know, that I have available to me to make my life a little bit easier when it comes to dealing with enemies, in whether with extremely good weapons or with extremely good armor or whatever. It's doable. Chimeras is just unfair. Chimeras is just like, it jumps, you die, and that's about it. Unless you have something special to take care of it, and... in my mind, this was supposed to be the shotgun to do it, not because it's so good, although I really don't understand how this guy didn't die quicker, but I guess it's really not as good as I thought it was. I want to test it out at any rate, like, you know, good or bad. I want to try the thing out. And then afterwards, I have plans. I have so many plans. Both to change the weapon, the caliber of weapon that I'm using, something more interesting, shall we say. I say interesting, it's one of the more common calibers used worldwide, but, you know. At least for the purposes of what we've seen thus far, a little bit more interesting, and so on and so forth. I have plans like that, it's just that, currently, I'm in no real position to try much. I can't fix the gun that I wanted to fix, and, well, that causes several issues in and of itself. But now that this area is a little bit safer, let's go equip the RF receiver. It was at frequency 100, I remember. I needed to wait for a second longer. And there we go. Well, apparently it's pretty close, at least I think so. Oh, it's inside the complex. Okay. Both ecologist. I'm using a 45 pistol too, just for good measure, as they say. Mainly because I love the gun visually, and it's just there as a backup in case I run out of ammo for anything that I'm using. Now, I should be fine walking along this. Or not. Okay. You had to put it in the most inhospitable corner that I can... imagine. And now you're going to tell me it's on the other side of this. Right. Can I climb atop this to at least avoid the... Nope. Maybe I can run past it. Yes, I can. Turns out it was here all along, wasn't it? Yeah. There's my package. Cuban cigars, scientific stimpack, anti-radiation drugs, something called the Rebirth. Oh. Oh, but it will knock you out. Interesting. How much is it worth? 12,000. Okay. Mark as junk. Just mark that as junk. This is what I think is the damage resistance. Oh, no. 15% isn't that bad. I'm marking it as junk not because I think it's terrible. I mean, it's good. It fully heals you 100% all your injuries, but it does make you pass out. that's not that bad, you know what I mean? Like, that's not the worst thing in the world. God, the thermal scope is so good. That's not the worst thing in the world, but the problem is it's kind of useless because you can't use it in combat, and I need combat drugs, not post-combat healing, because post-combat healing isn't really a problem. And with that price tag, I'd much rather have the money for it rather than anything else. I also picked up the cocoon, didn't I? Well, that and the sun. Okay, so the sun... I'm not going to mark it as junk, but yeah. This as well, this as well. This is going to get sold as well, sorry. Okay, now I totally forgot that I have a few stashes to look into. Well, two of them are this way, so I'm just going to get the two that are over here, because these stashes don't tend to be that great, honestly, and, you know, not that important and all that, so, yeah. But my god, the thermal scope. Only a 4x, but you don't need more. It is so good. You may notice I no longer have a rifle. That's not because there's anything wrong with my rifle, but it's a good weapon. It's just that I think for the places that I'm going and the stuff that I'm doing, I won't really be needing it. Instead, for close range, and by that I mean like the super close range stuff, I'm going to rely on the shotgun and the AP slugs, as well as my pistol. Now, the pistol doesn't have any armor-penetrating capabilities, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge to shoot anything with the pistol close range, but, you know, push comes to shove, it does do damage, if nothing else. But other than that, I'm relying on the shotgun, and then the sniper rifle for anything medium range. I've equipped it with the regular 4mm jacket rounds with the steel core, the cheapest ones, right? And it should make using it rather economically sensible, shall we say, because, right, you know, I'm not paying a lot for the ammunition, and yeah, just makes sense, I suppose. Right, and then that's about it. I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to do. Yeah, I wanted to eat something. I also prepared food, as you can see. But I'm not going to eat yet. I want to wait until more of my hunger depletes. And then we can also test this miracle of a scope on... I'm pretty sure this hurts you if you step on it. Like, I'm pretty sure. However... I know of an anomaly that doesn't hurt you if you step on it, which is... That is a loner with an exoskeleton. Two shots were enough with this gun. Mind you, they had to be perfectly placed in the dome piece, as they say. But 2 shots with this weapon, and he went down like a sack of russet potatoes. It could be some cheap knockoff version of his armor. That is not what I wanted to do at all. But I wanted to crouch instead. Okay. Ow. Also not what I wanted to do. Tusk, tusk, tusk. Fail after fail. I'm going to switch to the armor-piercing slugs. The armor-piercing slugs do about as much damage as the sniper rifle does, except they're armor-piercing. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for some really good results with them, is all I can say, right? because it makes sense. But this loner... Shame. Shame about the armor. All that protection just to get sniped from a distance. It doesn't seem very fair. But that's life for you. Of course, if something like that happened to me, I'll be screaming about how unfair it is and stuff, but, well, you know. Okay, you need basic tools. There you go. You can have basic tools. Thank you. Job's done. Is there anything else you want? You want advanced tools. There you go. Job's done. Now I have advanced tools as well. I brought extra tools. Extra tools that I did not need for my own stack. My own stash. I brought them here and hoping that, you know, sell them to someone, and that's effectively what I did. So there's a good chunk of money in there for that. And then I also want to talk to the professor just to see if he has anything remotely interesting, but first and foremost, you know the drill. In case there are some loners here. Gotta clear the place out.
Чем пожаловали в мою скромную лабораторию?
Hello. Took a minute to actually initiate dialogue with you there. Hi, Professor. Is there any work you want done, maybe? Stuff something in the meadow, in the army warehouses. Down the specimen, and then also there's the clear the lab thing. Recover the tracking device in Agroprom. Interesting. Okay, you have a bunch of jobs. Let's take a look at the task. Not the task list, which I managed to clear out, I would say, really well. What the fuck is this? Just took a screenshot of that, because, yeah, in fact, can I... Nope. Okay. What the fuck is this? RLR Evos... Kaios IGS Co FKTN TOS ASP Fail Error PDAOP system critical error. Good luck finding me. 68, 74, 74, 70, 73, 3A, 2F, 2F, 77, 77, so on and so forth. If I reload... No, it's still there. It's not some sort of... But it changed the numbers. What the fuck? Like, genuinely WTF. Okay, I'm going to take the information from Yantar, that's relatively simple, and then hunt down the specimen seems a bit risky. Fetch tasks, not really something I can do. Let's do it, let's hunt down the specimen. See how that works. It's going to be a controller. And I'm not sure how I intend on hunting him down. It's probably going to involve the use of a grenade. Or several. Yeah, okay, so... Brain game. What does it actually say down here? Needs a controller with undamaged brain to perform further research on its psi abilities. Does that mean you just want a controller brain? And that's it? Because you didn't actually give me... messages. Okay. Without damaging his brain, and inform us of the event as soon as possible. We can send the group to secure it. So find a controller, shoot it, and kill it without damaging the brain. Okay. Would an RPG blast to its feet do? And I don't mean that just to sound smart or make a joke or whatever. I genuinely mean that as a question. Because technically, I mean, what's the level of realism here is what I'm asking. Do you just want me to not shoot it in the head? Like, directional damage? Do not shoot it in the head? Or is it more realistic than that and goes for, like, you know, just body shots, no explosives or anything? Because the explosives would damage the brain as well. It's like, I need to emphasize this. I don't mean this as a joke or to be funny. I genuinely need to know, would just blowing it up work? Also, I already have one controller brain. I mean, I'm pretty sure I do, at least, back home. So do you want me to bring you that one? Because, I mean, I could. I don't see a problem with doing that. Yeah. Interesting stuff, this. Very interesting. You look very much like a loner. And that nearly got you shot, just saying. At a distance. Almost indistinguishable. Assuming it's... No, I assumed wrong. Ah, here it is. Right. And there's your stuff. I mean... I don't know what to tell you. It's... I'm not going to say that it was worth the trip, but... Since I'm here, right? Let's grab the other one as well. Look how much more comfortably we're moving around now that the brain scorch is out and the mutants are mostly harmless. I mean, I say harmless in the sense of, you know, I have good protection, I can take a few hits, as long as it's not a chimera, I'm fine, etc., etc., you get the point. It's good. It's great, even. Unlike in Radar, where everything is the same, except completely the opposite. Oh god, oh god. Oh god. Well, don't pull me in again, Jesus.
Oh, shit.
There was no other way to take that. Which annoys me. But what can I do? Do I have any antidote? Or did I not pick up any? I'll have some fentanyl. No, I'd rather not use that though. Seems a bit much. Yeah, I have a Vinca, that'll do. And I need to fix the armor now as well. Oh, that was so not worth it. With the anomaly positioned the way it was. Can't jump over the bloody thing. Alright. 93, 91. It's not bad. I mean, this is kind of simple to repair. It looked like it cracked my visor a little bit more than it did. Right, back to the professor. This is the kind of stuff, like, parts of this is the stuff that I do off camera a little bit, because this is grindy, right? And it doesn't really excite all that much, although, granted, I'll be the first to tell you, if you are going about willy-nilly like this, just sprinting everywhere, and all of a sudden the Chimera starts roaring next to you, or you start hearing whispers of a controller in the nearby bus or something, it gets a lot more exciting, and it's always an option. But when I had like 2 or 3 lives in the pocket, so to speak, proverbially, this was yeah, this was a lot more boring and a lot more mundane. Now though, 1 life. Still, and it's... I don't want to miss anything, because, well, you saw a minute ago how we ran into a loner with an exoskeleton. There's no guarantee we won't run into another one with, like, an anti-material rifle that's going to be a lot more dangerous for us. But so far, so good. Professor!
Здравствуйте, молодой человек.
Здравствуйте. The job's done. 5,000 is not even going to cover the armor repairs, but hey, what can we do? Do you have any antidote? That's Vinca, that's... You don't. Antidote is really good for, and it's not even antidote, is it? It's antidone or something. No, it's antidote, yeah. It is antidote. I thought it was something else. It's very good for healing, for post-heals, basically, because it fixes... Is it the head and the torso, I think? Yeah, it's... Most of the other stuff that I have, like painkillers and such, don't do that, so... That's useful. Task board, refresh, let's see it again. It's still there. It's still there and I have no idea what it is. Fascinating. Alright, but we're done with tasks here. Also done with most of the stashes here. I think now we're going south towards Agroprom. Because I want to pick a fight with the army now. I happen to know that the army doesn't have the best equipment, that they are often outmanned, outgunned, and so on and so forth, and they have a bit of a reputation. But, more so than that, I now have a thermal scope, and I have that hill overlooking the army base, which means, for no reason other than just pure evilness, I'm going to go camp on top of that place, and I'm going to shoot at the AFU for a little bit. And hopefully in doing so, I'm going to make the jobs of my brothers a little bit easier. The mercenaries, I mean. You know, with their raids across the zone and stuff, because the army's going to be a little bit less present. That's the first thing. Second thing is I want to go and try and do the thing again at the, what's it called? At the Great Swamps. I want to try and do... the task. Ah, They're fighting mutants? Yeah, they are. Alright, good. And also, like just to further my vendetta against the army, I'm stuck in that quest because of them. And I can't progress further with Clear Sky, which was the other big thing that I wanted to do. But I'm stuck because they've abandoned their bloody post, and I'm supposed to clear it out, and they're not there. And it feels like we're playing this game of cat and mouse, right? I get to the post, they leave. I leave, they probably reoccupy it, because otherwise the Clear Sky people would have told me that, yeah, it's cleared, you can go about your business. The fact that the zombies can use binoculars like that seems like a bit of a... How do I put this? Well, it seems like something that they shouldn't be able to do, let's just say. But they can, and they do. And, it's unfortunately confusing at times. There's probably an artifact in here. Hold on, I can see the artifact. And I can also see the fact that I can walk up to it, pick it up and leave. Okay, did not expect that. Genuinely did not expect that. I thought that I would have a little bit more trouble getting to it with anomalies and stuff, but you know, they move with every emission, so this makes things a heck of a lot easier. Probably should have sold the artifacts to the professor and the ecologists, but I can do that on the way back. If I take the road back manually, so to speak. Which, I mean, I could. There's no real reason not to. Okay, here we go. Okay, I did not expect this to be this close.
Direct hit!
What do you reckon we clear out the army base, huh?
Direct hit! We are coming! Do you understand me?
I'm gonna run in a minute.
I am gonna kill each and every last one of you motherfuckers!
Okay, let's get out of here. That was good. That was good. I started walking out one at a time and, well. Oh, no. Don't. Why? Why? That's not what I wanted to do at all. I didn't even drop inside the freaking hole. I was just near it. Get me back up there. Not at all what I wanted to do. Okay, so don't jump on that thing, I suppose. Lesson learned. Okay, dead. How much more do I have? 25 left. Oh, this is fun. See, this is fun. This is what I wanted to do to Monolith. Unfortunately, they're a little bit tougher than the army guys stationed here, so you can't really do this to them. I think I'm going to take the main road now. That's what you get for trying to sneak up on me. Yeah. That is what you get for trying to sneak up on me. Absolute bastard. Okay, one last question. The kill tracker. It doesn't track the kills once you go down to the next level, but they should still be there. Like all of them. This is a story they will tell their grandchildren, the ones that survive anyway. It's gonna be like, there was a maniac who shot up the army base with an SVD and a silencer, and none of us could figure out where he is, and people were dropping down, like, just from all sorts of different angles, and it was hell on earth, and...
Threat eliminated.
That maniac? Well... that's me right now. And this is what I was talking about, follow-up shots, like... you can see that... well, first of all, I don't hit with each and every one of these. But you can also see that, not each and every one of these is lethal. And yet, because of the recoil, because of everything, it's a lot more manageable. That and the fact that this gun is upgraded out the wazoo is, oh, there's one right there. Make sure your friend doesn't get up. Might have made a mistake not bringing an assault rifle. Because, ooh, I'm out of ammo. Because now I need to get in close, you know, close quarters and everything, and that's going to be a little bit more tricky. Although... I don't have to, like, not really. I can go back to where I was a minute ago. See if I can take some of them out from over there again. Plus, they're all going to be headed towards the main entrance of the base. This might be a good spot to try and take out a few unsuspecting individuals. And I hate to get all meta and talk like long-term and stuff with you. On the... no, none of the bodies are there. So the fact that I accidentally fell through that hole means that all of the loot and all the bodies that I shot and everything just went to waste. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, game. I mean, what else can I say? But thank you. Missed. Sorry, That is horrible. That is horrible. That man may have had a family and everything, but my god, that is awesome. You can appreciate the beauty behind the raw kinetic energy and firepower, and yet still have remorse for the poor soul. Well, at least that's my take on it. That's what I choose to believe. Okay, I'm gonna back off a little bit because I want to check out this SV98. I'm gonna take the trigger mechanism. As far as the gun itself is concerned, it's not bad. But not my cup of tea, shall we say. Right, good. It also had some ammo for the SVD. I mean, it uses the same cartridges, so it makes sense, but yeah. That helps. A teeny tiny bit. So, the Agroprom Research Institute, ladies and gentlemen, houses a beautiful collection of all the different, well, most of the different mutants in that form, whatever form that is, and I'm not sure what you call that. It's like taxidermized, right? That's the word I'm looking for. It would appear that the army is indeed gone. Including the little quartermaster here that they had. Did I really clear out Agroprom? Because you gotta understand, this is like half the bodies. The other half disappeared, or rather were dragged off and casevaced away while I was trying to crawl my way out of the underground because I accidentally fell through it, except I didn't even fall through it. If I did, I'd feel better about myself because it was my mistake, but no, instead what happened is I stepped too close to the loading area, which is another... Well, it's all manner of frustrating, but... yeah. Never mind. Colonel Kuznetsov... Wasn't there there was a major or colonel or something Petrenko in here, wasn't there? In command of the AFU forces, but I mean, this is no small number of soldiers to have killed either. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So, for a few of these, I thought I didn't actually kill them, and that I just injured them. No, they're very much dead. It's just that there's many of them, which I didn't know at the time, sort of. And yeah, there's this guy who's, let's just say he's extra dead. In fact, he's left this corporeal realm as well as being dead. Rogovets, isn't that the technician or something? $99 kilos of gear when everything is disassembled. I'm gonna go in. One, because there's probably loose loot from them just hanging around the area. Two, there might be more inside. But I did. I just cleared out Agroprom. And I've dealt a significant blow to the army. And I'm not quite sure how they're going to respond, because... I mean, sure, the Research Institute isn't that important anymore. Back in the days when it was important, they probably would have been mad as hell and sent helicopters and God knows what else at us, but now that it's no longer important, they're probably going to be a little bit less upset about the position itself, about losing all their men. Well, let's, I'll assume on a different story entirely. They're probably going to send a group to take it back. Probably a large group with, vehicles and everything. Huh. It's all clear. They all went outside. Sort of one at a time, and, dare I say it, I think this is one of my best achievements so far. Because, I mean, making it to radar was one thing, and I think now, if nothing else, this puts it into perspective of just how difficult it is to get to radar and to the northern parts of the zone. Because you can clear out the entirety of Agroprom, no problem. But getting to radar, not even clearing it out, just getting to radar is hell. Okay, I'm not doing this for the purposes of any pragmatic reason. I'm doing this just to figure out what the maximum range of my weapon is. The maximum range of my weapon is freaking impressive, is what it is. Because I just wiped them out from across the map. And had the army been doing this, and stationed snipers up there, maybe they would still have Agroprom. But they didn't. They were lazy, outmanned, outgunned, and poorly equipped, poorly trained, and sent into the hellfires of the zone. And the game just crashed. I don't remember where the last place I quick saved was, but fuck you, game. I haven't had that many crashes. I had 1 or 2 in Dead City, but I'm assuming part of the reason is I have like 10 million items in the stashes there, and also my own furniture, and I've walled off sections of the base, and I'm assuming some of that is maybe causing a few crashes occasionally, so I didn't hold it against the game. But this... Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I will redo this off camera as best I can to recreate what I've done, and I will see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned with the rest of the series and the rest of the content that I produce on this channel. My name is Juggernaut. Also, please remember that, likes, subscriptions, comments, and stuff like that help the algorithm, and in turn help the channel out quite a bit, so they are highly appreciated. But, until next time, have fun, take care, bye-bye.